All right, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the blacksmith shop. So, it's been a long time coming. Hopefully the echo in here isn't too bad because we are inside of a metal building. You can see a little bit of light down here at the bottom. So this is actually an RV carport. And on the back side, I took one of our tarps and I closed it off just to kind of keep some of the rain and stuff out, because I do have the gas forge set up here. It's not fully set up. I still need to get propane for the tank, and I still need to find what I did with my needle valve. I cannot find it. I did have a box that had all of my items in it that I needed. It had the hoses, had the bricks, had everything for the gas forge. It's even labeled gas forge, but for whatever reason, the section that had the needle valve in it is not in there. So I don't know what I did with it. Going to the stores and stuff, I have not found what I'm looking for just yet. But it is what it is. I'll get that going. But as you can see, I do have the coal forge unpacked. It's off the trailer. It's all set up. I do have Black Betty set up. So if you guys don't know what that is, that's Gladys's anvil setup. It's actually a colonial anvil that we got from the metal man himself. So definitely appreciate that. It was donated to us as a gift. And I have it set up along with post vise. And some of this stuff has actually sat out in the weather a little bit that we do need to get it cleaned up. Getting some of that surface rust and such that was on there, because that's what happens whenever metal is outside. It's going to get a little rusted, especially when it's not being utilized. But now that I have everything set up, it's going to start getting utilized. All right, so just before we jump into a little fireside chat of what's going on, we did have a chance to go to a local town here within our county that was doing a trade days. So basically, they shut the downtown or the main street of downtown off through traffic, and people were setting up tents and selling some of their items. There was also food vendors and such, namely like families that were setting up on tables. A lot of Mexican food that we had seen, and it all looked really good, and we didn't eat any of it. I do have just a little bit of footage while we were there, so let's go ahead and check that out first, and then we'll come on back for fireside chat.
Stuff.
They got stuff. Where are we going?
I don't know. Somewhere. We're walking.
Good morning, YouTube. So we are downtown, local town here, and they're gonna be doing a, I don't know, what's this called?
Video?
Trade days.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I thought you were talking about a video. Okay.
Yeah, what are we doing?
You're making a video.
Oh, yeah, making a video. Where?
I'm just here because I'm forced. But that's okay, because now I can look at things and buy things.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're coming down to check out some trade days and get some grub. None of us are eating anything yet, so let's go check it out.
I never even thought about that, and I think I gave the seeds off
How's it going? Some nice candles and soaps.
All right, thank you. How are you today?
Pretty good. How you doing? Catch up with the women folk. They come over here to the other side. There's some nice clothes. Got some fish and stuff.
Well, his wife had
Walking
one,
sticks.
and they got it in like Branson or something. and it was the only one that they had left, and he's been looking for it.
Beautiful work. It's all local cedar. That's pretty. Oh, there's some bugs.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed just that little bit of footage that I had for the Trader Days. So there's going to be no blacksmithing today. Basically, all I'm really doing today was taking a full bag of my coal to actually start converting that over to a coke. So all like the impurities and stuff that are in coal, you want to burn all that off before you start blacksmithing with it, because it actually pull the heat from your fire. And if you're putting metal into that, it's not going to heat up the metal because it's taking all that energy to try to heat up the coal. So you burn off all those impurities, you get what's left with coke. All right, and the difference between the two is your coal is still like basically a rock. It's really hard. Okay? And your coke, this one, whenever you burn off the impurities, it's going to mushroom out kind of like popcorn, but then it also becomes really soft and brittle. And this gets really hot because it's already burned off the majority of those impurities. And now it's just a good heat for whenever you're putting your metal in. All right, so with that, I am letting you guys know that there will be more blacksmithing videos coming out in the near future. I still have a few projects that I need to work for some friends or family, things that were kind of a consignment piece, if you want to call it that. But the biggest thing is I really do not work on consignment. So whenever I get a chance to get around to doing those projects, I will get around to doing them and I will knock them out. Just right now, our biggest priority is getting our property. So the update on that is we've already put in our offer, the same thing that we've already told you in previous videos. And as of right now, for our offer of what we put, we still need to put down a loan, or we still need to get a loan to cover some of that cost. We cannot afford to do all of it because it's more than what we have from the sale of our home. But with that being said, the part that we do need to finance is much lower than what it was previously, what we were going to be doing with the same property. So the thing is, the property still needs to appraise. So for right now, obviously a bank or a lender or whoever that you're getting a loan from is only going to give you up to 60% of whatever the value of that property is. So for what we're trying to borrow, if the property itself does not go above and beyond that cost, then you're not going to be able to get the loan from that vendor, right? So, but the thing with appraisals or an appraiser is they're kind of, I won't say biased, but it really depends, because to get the price of your property of what you're looking for, they're going to be going off of different comps. Okay, so they're going to be looking at different data over the last year or however long that they're going to do. And they're going to look at other properties that are kind of similar to that property. Whether it has electricity, does it have water, is it fenced, does it have buildings, does it have this, does it have that, right? That's all things that's going to incorporate into that property to give it its value. So they're going to try to look for other properties that are within that same thing to say, hey, this is what this property sold for, and it has all these things. And then they calculate, they look and see how big the property is and how much did it sell per acre. Okay, so for right now, what the property we are looking at sold per acre, our lender does not feel that it's going to appraise for that. Now, is it like a big, huge number, like $5,000 per acre? No, it's not. But there's also certain areas, okay, that it might sell for $5,000 an acre, but where we are at looking, the property itself should not be going for that high. Okay, but like I said, it is not listed for that much, okay? But as of right now, the seller is already working with us because we gave an offer of what we wanted. They counter offered back to us, lowering the price, changing up some things, i.e. there's a house on the property that's not livable. We asked if they could tear it down. They said no, that they do not want to tear it down, but they lowered the price of what we had offered in exchange for the house staying, and we tear it down. We said, okay, that sounds great to us. We will take that offer. So, and that's what we did. So now with the price being even lower, it should help with the lender, but regardless, the land itself still has to appraise for what we're asking. All right, so that process, it could take 2 to 3 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we don't know. It's hopefully we should know something by this week as you guys are viewing this. And it's driving me crazy is what it's doing, because I hate sitting around just waiting and waiting and waiting to hear something. It's kind of like being in the Navy again, towards hurry up and wait, to where something's coming, but they're not going to give you that information until it's time to give you the information. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sit around. We're going to hurry up and wait until that information comes. And if for whatever reason we are not able to get this property, it's not going to be an end-all, be-all, because where we are at currently, we're able to stick around for a little bit longer. We haven't been kicked out of the property yet. I don't know if I keep digging into my buddy's freezer and taking his bacon wrapped meat products that he got special ordered from Louisiana. I don't know, he might kick me out, but no. And we are going to replace those things. Just Fat Kid was hungry and he wanted some bacon wrapped tenderloin, specially ordered from a place in Louisiana. But all right, you guys, so I definitely appreciate you. And if you're coming over from MT Homestead, once again, we definitely thank you, Mike. We thank you, Terry. And brother man, that we are family. We are family more than family because of our brotherhood. Regardless, even though Navy is so much better than the Army, but I still love you. All right, you guys. So definitely thank a veteran at every chance you get. Every chance you get. And if you're not checking out the descriptions, links down below, you probably should be. If you're not subscribed and you've made it this far, go ahead and click that subscribe. Ring that bell for more notifications, because we have plenty more coming in the near future. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.